Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Woohoo! This is another episode of Beyond Click and Cliff. This is where I take you behind the scenes, what I've been doing, and life experiences and life stories and funny stuff. Try to be funny, but and this is something for you to listen to while you work, while you build Lego, while you do whatever you're doing. Want to have something on in the background? You can have my beautiful voice in the background. But this is nothing but fun goodness, and I hope you enjoy it. I've last week I talked about doing a new direction, and I think we're going to kind of do that. I'm going to kind of give you an overbase of what's been going on this week. That's nothing that may not have anything to do with Lego, and it's really been one thing. Um, and I'm going to try to get into it a little bit with you today. I am hooked, hook, line, and sinker. I just want to put this out there. You all can, post it in the comments. If you would. I like communication between you guys. I love answering comments, reading comments. But if you'll ever may not necessarily watch the show, but like knew it was on, but you didn't think you'd be interested in it, and you just never watched it. It got so much hype. I remember like The Walking Dead. At first I didn't think, oh come on, I don't want to watch no zombies. What? I mean, we had plenty of the Night of the Living Dead movies, and didn't really like them at all. And I go, this could be the same thing until my daughter got into it, and as a concerned parent, you always want to know what your kids are watching, so you have some sort of an idea, or at least in my mind. So I turned on the Walking Dead, and I fell in love with it. I was like, wow, I couldn't get enough of it. I couldn't wait till next week to, I binge watched it till I got caught up with the series, and then I was there every Sunday night to watch it. And I fell in the group. It's like, golly, what did I miss out on? Well, it happened to me again. I have a good buddy. I won't mention no names on here on this video, but he knows who he is. He's an influencer. But he loved this show, and he was every time we come. I mean, he was excited for the new season. He was talking it up real bad. Real bad. And what's sad is I tried watching the first season of it, and I may not invested my thoughts and time in it because I didn't give myself, I was closed minded a little bit. I wasn't as open minded as I should. I thought, well, maybe, but I tried to watch it the first time and I didn't do it. Well, so I gave up on it, and later on, season 2 came out. Started coming out here recently, and he asked me, "Did you watch the first season?" No. Well, I made a bet that I would watch it. And I finished watching it, and I was like, well, it got a little interesting. Then last week, the new season started, and I watched season 2, episode 1, and it was pretty good. And I thought to myself, and if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, it's the House of the Dragon. The Game of Thrones prequel or a spinoff of that. It happened like 200 years before the Game of Thrones. So I thought to myself, well, if I'm going to actually invest in this show, I need to watch the Game of Thrones. Like I figured I'd just watch 1 or 2 episodes a day, kind of like what I did with the House of the Dragon when it came out. So I wouldn't get lost. Because usually when I binge watch something, I'm good for the first or 2 episodes. Not that I'm usually playing on my phone, and then I lose track of what I'm watching on the TV. But this is different. I didn't do it, and I've been binge watching this all week. Okay, when I'm not in my living room, I was in there watching this Game of Thrones, and it it got me hooked. If I don't know me on my channel, I do like the castle stuff, and I have a castle layout, and I wasn't really going in with fantasy. The only reason why I have a dragon in my layout is because my good friend gifted me one, and I built it. I put it in my castle layout. And I got dragon that came with that 3-in-1 castle that I kept in there. I got a little black one from Brett Bills but everybody that knows me knows I like castle, and I didn't think I never was really on the fantasy side of things, right? I was trying to keep mine, as real, not fantasy, just regular, just castle knights, and cause that stuff really existed, the knights and stuff like that. Um, I guess it could have been dragons, but I never seen one, and I never seen proof of one, but it could have been. I don't know, but nonetheless, I tried to keep it as real as I could, but start watching this Game of Thrones, and I got hooked. I got like, dude, it's like The Walking Dead. I got hooked on one character, and then I was devastated when the character died on the show. I'm like, no. It's been a roller coaster of emotions on this show, and I told my wife, I go, man, this is crazy. I never wanted to watch the show when it was out, when all the hype of Game of Thrones was out. I didn't get involved in it. Um, but now, I'm in it, but I'm watching it. Now, I think I'm on season. I just started season 6, and yeah, it's been a good time watching it, and I've enjoyed it. There's some parts in it where I was like, kind of far fetched, or there was parts in it that maybe I didn't understand or didn't interest me that I may have missed out on. But the rest of the show, there's different storylines going on, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm actually genuinely enjoying it. Now it got me where I want to, read the books or get the audible books and listen to it while I sort or build Lego or something. I'm really interested in doing that right now, and I never really thought the show it captivate my imagination like it has been. It's making me want to do totally different in my room, and I'm really struggling with that idea. Most of you probably watching this is probably my Lego peeps. So it really made me think about, well, maybe I don't want to do a city. Maybe I want to just continue my castle layout and make it bigger and not use the tables for a city. Use the tables for a different realm or something. But I'm not. I'm gonna go. I'm continuing the city. I figured do the city for a little bit, and I get tired of it. I can take it down and do it. But I still got work. I still got work to do on my other layout, so I got to do that first. So no drastic changes just yet. But I really thought about it. It's like, man, I could do some of this stuff with Lego. I could, I want to go to the Ninjago and buy a bunch of these dragons now. It's got my imagination, and it's got it rolling and thinking and stuff like that. And it's really exciting me to think about doing this. But yeah, I never would have thought I would get into Game of Thrones like I did, and it's been interesting, and it's kind of hindered me on doing some work in my Lego room. Sort or watch Game of Thrones. Well, Game of Thrones, you know. So I don't know. I've enjoyed it. Like I said, like I said, I knew myself. I knew if I binge watched something, I never was able to do that until this show, and yeah, I'm hooked. I told my friends, I go, and especially the guy who told me who influenced me to do this. I never binge watched anything before. Never, you know, I don't even know when this show ends. What am I going to do next? I mean, it's gonna be over. There ain't no other season coming out on the Game of Thrones that series. You know, yes, there is on the House of Dragons. Now I will be watching that, of course, but you know, after that, it's so I plan on probably rewatching it, but I may not do the binge watching like I did this time. I may just watch what I want, but I probably won't do that till later on after I finish the series. But I do want to read the books or listen to the audiobooks while I work in my Lego room. I thought that'd be kind of fun and neat. But have you all ever had shows that are like that to you that you didn't think you'd find interesting, and you waited several years after the final episode before you decided to try to watch it? And when you did, you actually fell in love with it, and you're like, man, I wish I missed out. Because you missed out on the hype. There's podcasts and there's a bunch of stuff over the YouTubes and that you can listen to while you're watching the show and get you more in depth and get other people's thoughts about the show. Now, you missed all that. But you're still getting the experience. I don't know. It's just weird. I never really thought that I would get so into the show. And it's like I said, I'm not, the fantasy thing didn't excite me. I didn't care about having dragons. I mean, like I told you, I did because I got one gifted, but I never cared about having trolls or giants or the dead army, which I had anyway, the skeleton. I guess I was on to something. No. But, stuff like that, I never really into that because, when's the last time I saw a dead person walking around with a sword and or even a big old giant that's massive and holy mammoths walking the earth, that was way before my time. And when the last time we had realms, I mean, yeah, and I understand over there on the other side of the pond, there's still castles there, but it's not like it was, it's not like it way back in the day. It wasn't even like fantasy back, but it captivated my imagination. It's got me, it lit a fire up my butt, is what it did, and make me want to, maybe go outside of that box a little bit. Nothing wrong with going outside of the box, and I believe I'm going to do that with this because of the show. Because now it's kind of opened up the doors. It's kind of opened up where, hey, I can go however I want to go with this thing. It's not, one direction. I got different avenues I can go now. Got me idea about building a new castle, new mock castle, and have a different faction in it. But I'm telling you, it's been interesting and it's been fun. And it's got my imagination running free, and I'm really enjoying the show. And yeah. But guys, like I said, this may not have been a life experience, but I told you last week I'm maybe do a new direction, and I'm talking what I'm doing and what it's still outside of Lego. It's still not, yeah, I kind of tied it into Lego today with the imagination, want to redo a realm and stuff like that, but something outside this Lego room. It don't hurt to know what other people are doing. Guys, this is going to be it today's podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. If you do, please hit that like button down below. Leave me a comment. Let me know if this ever happened to you. But always be good to one another. Treat each other well. Pay it forward. Open the door for somebody. Be nice. Make somebody's day and just be nice. This world's a lot dark. We need to bring some light to the scene. So, guys, anyway, until the next one. Bye-bye.